Hi, it's the Monday's 4 o'clock live. I'm going to deal with the menus first today. This came about through a post in a Facebook group that I was tagged in by one of my contacts. I've tried to search for the exact post but not been able to find it. So the general gist, as I remember the post was along the lines of getting rid of menus or pre-printed menus because they harbour bacteria. Right, now I'm going to start on a personal note on this one first, and then I will talk about generally what I think the industry should be doing. The first thing was, this seemed to come from the argument that we should be killing everything stone dead. All viruses and bacteria should be killed. We probably all see, if we're based in the UK, and I'm sure it's worldwide, that we've seen a certain household cleaner product being advertised that it kills 99% of bacteria dead, and to be used around the house. Now, I personally have a problem with this because I believe that by having ingesting natural bacteria, we are building up our immunity. After all, what is a vaccine? When you're given a vaccine, you give them a mild version of that bacteria, whatever the vaccine is they're trying to protect you from. So all the time we're going ultra clean in our houses, we are not building up our natural immunity. Now, let me say this point, put this out there. I'm not suggesting that we should be eating off dirty, filthy surfaces that an EHO officer in the UK would not like and would promptly shut us down. But this continual trying to be ultra clean, I think from a very personal view, I think we're storing up problems. Now, this was actually borne out a little bit. There's been a BBC Two show here in the UK called the Twin Institute. It's two doctors who are twins, and they've been taking sets of twins through various things. But there was one, I think, in the very last show, it might be the second to last show, where they were looking at hand hygiene. I think one of the doctors was using a product that kills 99% of the bacteria, and the other was using, I think, just hot water. It might have been hot soapy water, I can't remember. It was along those lines. There certainly was no chemicals other than soap, I think. When they actually tested them, the one that had been using an antibacterial agent product, yes, it had killed the majority of bacteria, but the ones that remained were very dangerous ones. Whereas the doctor, the twin that was using just hot water and a bit of soap, had killed most of it, but not all. The other problem is, as we have been oversubscribing and misusing antibiotics, the fact that what was left after they'd used the antibacterial product were the dangerous ones, some of which there might not have been an antibiotic for. So, whilst I am not suggesting we should have dirty menus, the fact that we should stop using them, from that point of view, I think is misguided. So from my industry point of view, I think what it should be, and I've noticed this, and I do notice this as I go out and about, and we go out to eat as a couple and with friends, is that a venue should have a checklist, and they should be, part of that checklist should be, before they open, they get their staff to check the state of the menus that might be on the table, not just for cleanliness, but also are they tatty? Have they been, written on by previous clients? It just means to say that you're setting a standard for your business. If you take menus to the table, again, check the menus. Just because they were clean at the beginning of the service doesn't mean to say that during the service accidents haven't happened, and the last thing you want to be doing is giving a dirty menu to one of your customers. The other thing should be that if you use laminated menus on the tables, then when the table is being cleaned between diners, make sure your staff are wiping the menus. We don't want sticky stuff all over, sticky tomato sauce that's been left, etc. If you do that, then there should be no problem with your customers and the hygiene of your place. It's just, I think, customers overreacting again. Cleanliness should be it's up there with godliness. I can't remember the exact quote from my childhood, but keep it clean, tidy, and you should have no problems. The second thing I was going to talk to you today was about the business rates. We've all seen it in the press, the way it's gone up. Now, when I was at the pub show last week, I caught the back end of a discussion on one of the stages, which has got 4 of the licensees. One licensee was from, I can't remember the pub, but it was in St Albans, and I have seen the pub when I used to go down there a lot. They've actually set up a campaign called Save UK Pubs. Now, what this campaign is doing, they've had a lot of discussions with MPs and people at Parliament, and they have been assured by Parliament, by their MPs and by the people down at London, that the rejig of the business rates was supposed to have been revenue neutral. They had not intended, the government and the civil service, they had not intended the consequences that have come out, especially with pubs. I know we've got rate relief up to, I think it's 51,000, but this licensee has set up with some others is as I said, it's a website called, and I will drop the exact link in the comments after I've done the live. It's called saveukpubs.com. What they're looking for is publicans across the country to actually give them actual real data. They want to build up a database of actual case studies of pubs where business rates have shot up, so that they can go to the government, who apparently are listening, so that we can get this all sorted out. He was saying that the government is very much in favour of sorting this out and to reverse it or change it or do what they need to do as necessary. So that's it for today. These are getting longer as I get more confident doing them. Have a great week. I will try and be putting out another one as usual about 4 o'clock. If you're finding these broadcasts useful, please do share them. Please tag people in the comments below, and feel free to share this to other colleagues in the industry, to other groups you know. It'd be great if we could get this out there, and I know it's being shared. Okay, that's it for today. Speak to you soon. Bye bye.